Hello, welcome to Module 7 of Online Reputation for Career Success. This is our last module in the course. You've made it this far. We have covered all of the five, well, we are about to. We have covered 4 of the 5 learning outcomes for this course so far, and now it brings us to learning outcome number 5, which is how to effectively manage one's online identity or online reputation. My colleague Kathy Meisinger has presented some great information in the written lecture for Module 7, and I'm hoping you'll all take the time to review it. There's some great detailed information there and some links and a video as well. So progress through the written lecture, review the content that's there, and this is really kind of just a starting point. We're leaving you at the end of this course with just the basic information about managing online reputation. This is a whole field in and of itself and could be on its own an entire course or series of courses. So keep that in mind, that what we're giving you is just kind of the heads up, the very basics, kind of the 101 of managing online reputation. Kathy talks about some specific things you can do to create content. And there are companies out there, and there are whole books and articles and a whole body of knowledge and research written on how to undo the negative things that might be out there. But as far as creating content, she's listed several really great ways that you can contribute to that body of information that comes up when someone searches on you. So some of the things that come into play here, and we don't really get into the particulars in this written lecture, but I want to mention it here, is the concept of search engine optimization. Sometimes you may have stumbled across a reference to SEA, search engine optimization, in things that you've read relating to online reputation, perhaps, or in other areas as well. There are ways that you can, knowing a little bit about SEA, build up your online identity in such a way and your online content in such a way that you really own that first page of Google results. Remember, in this course, we did mention that most folks do not navigate beyond that first page of search results. So for those of us in the United States, most people are using Google. Even in other places of the world, Google is by far one of the most popular search engines for folks to use, and it's quite often the go-to. So your potential employers, future employers, or current employers may never progress past Google, especially for those of you in the US. So if they're Googling you and they're getting a page of search results, the statistics show that a lot of them will never navigate beyond that page. So the content that you have in that second, third, fourth, and beyond pages of results, they may never see. So there are ways that you can be very crafty and kind of use some advanced techniques to enhance your online content by knowing a bit about search engine optimization. Again, we're not going to get into that in this course, but I did want to mention it because it is important. In a call in the early planning stages for this course, we spoke to the director of instruction at Instructure, the company that owns Canvas Network, and her name is Maria Anderson. And she mentioned in our call about the course that she was quite proud of the fact that a lot of the content, I think 9 of the 10 pages, or 9 of the 10 results, or 10 of the 10 results, I can't remember which, on Google search for her name, is content that she controls. So she has a Twitter account. She has, I think, a personal website. So when you do a search for Maria H. Anderson using her middle initial, you will see the content that comes up about her, and that's a really good thing. If you can get to that point, you're in select company. It's a very small percentage of folks who have that kind of control over their online content. So she was quite proud of that fact. So if this course inspires you to strive for that kind of level of achievement, I'd encourage you to Google Maria or other folks, maybe as we mentioned before, people in your field who can kind of serve as a role model for you, or someone that you look up to, or maybe someone who has a position that you hope to hold one day. Look what they're doing, see what they're doing, and what their content is. So I just wanted to mention that because we didn't get into that in the lecture, and that is part of managing your online reputation. Again, this whole 5th learning outcome that we devote one module to just a couple days in the course could really be a course in and of itself. So read through the lecture, do the activity that's there. And so what we're wanting you to do for this final piece of the class is to write a statement, which will basically help you to form a level of commitment to the process, the ongoing process of monitoring your online identity, your online reputation. So please write for us a statement about how you plan to do just that, how you plan to monitor your online identity or online reputation, and participate in the discussion forum. And upon completion of all of the elements for this final module, I will see you one last time. There is no 8th module, but I will see you upon completion of all of these activities for this final module with, at the end of the course, just with some final thoughts, kind of bringing everything together, talking about some of the themes that popped up, maybe some things that I didn't anticipate would be so popular or of such high interest, or such divisive issues in the course, to kind of bring all those things together with some parting thoughts and maybe some ideas for you if you would like to continue a little bit of work on your own to reinforce some of the 5 learning outcomes. So basically, for further study without the presence of a course at this point, because although we have talked about there possibly being more courses in this series to continue on with more learning on this subject, at this point we have not developed one. So I'd like to kind of give you some parting thoughts, but also some suggestions if you'd like to keep learning on this topic. So I will see you soon.